multiple gunshot victims. 2 are dead. Police say they have identified numerous people involved, but are still determining whether they are suspects, victims, or witnesses. Lineback Park is near Jefferson Middle School, but the Bureau says it was not involved in the shooting, but was on lockdown until the scene was secure and parents could come and pick up their kids. I'm Julie Walker.
President Trump offered mixed messages on Monday about the path ahead for the U.S. war against Iran, declaring that he was in no rush to end the conflict while also expressing confidence that further negotiations with Tehran will soon take place in Pakistan. A wildfire in Florida has disrupted Amtrak train service in the Sunshine State.
The Florida Forest Service says a 2,700-acre fire is burning along the eastern border of Putnam and Clay counties, south of Jacksonville. Amtrak canceled its auto train service on Monday between Sanford, Florida, and Lorton, Virginia, outside of Washington, D.C. The Silver Meteor route, which runs between Miami and New York, started and ended in Jacksonville on Monday, and the Floridian route, which runs from Miami to Chicago, started and ended in Savannah, Georgia. Both routes have had a trip canceled for Tuesday. I'm Mike Hempen.
On Wall Street, the Dow down by 4 points. The Nasdaq Composite Index dropped 84. The S&P 500 lower by 18, and oil around $89 a barrel. This is SRN News.
We are vomiting from our eyes.
And yet, what they're worried about? The words you use to call criminals. Because there's a certain stigma they don't want criminals to have to deal with.
Could we talk about something else?
I'm going to give you information that's going to make you have to make a decision, have to do something about what's going on in this country.
Something resembling anything.
If you want to get involved in the conversation, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Check out my classic podcast. There's so much going on the website, but do something. Get involved.
The Joe Messina Show.
We are back at it again. Oh, you're back, hopefully, from a short week. How was your weekend? Was it any good? Well, mine was good. Mine was good. I enjoyed myself. I got some work done I've been trying to get done. I don't know how good it's going to be. But anyhow, I do appreciate the time you guys spend with me here on the air, in the chat room, texting and tweeting, and just being part of the conversation, right? I mean, seriously. You've got to pay attention to what's going on around you. You have to. And that way there you can make some really informed decisions as to what needs to be done and how it needs to be done. Anyhow, here in California, they're working overtime, to pass the Nick Searcy bill, right? And basically what they're doing is they don't want independent journalists to find out what you're doing. See, because here's the deal. The journalists from NBC, ABC, CBS, all those journalists, yeah, this is really funny. They're in the pocket of the left, so they're not going to turn in these things. You know what's really funny is that over 400 NGOs have been shut down here in California already. And not a complaint, not a lawsuit, nothing. Think about that. If these things were legitimate people with legitimate causes feeding these kids, do you honestly believe for 30 seconds that they would give up this easily? Give that some thought. Because we're so caught up in Republicans bad, Democrats good, all that crap that you're hearing, then why? Why won't they allow the investigations? Why won't they allow the auditing of the homeless money over the last decade, of the high-speed rail? Why? What do you get to hide? You won't put it out. And Newsom here, who wants to run for president, won't even have a State of the State address. Right? I mean, seriously, this is worse than ridiculous. Yeah, you can tell I'm a little miffed. You know, and in Virginia, I just saw this stat. I don't have it in front of me, so if I get it wrong, I apologize. They're trying to redo the maps, the congressional maps. And even though 90% of Virginians, I think it was it, are not registered Democrats, you got like 90% of Virginia with Democrat representation. How does that work? How is that game played? I would love to know. I'd love to be able to pull that off. And then these machines that we're still fighting with, and you're finding out now more and more and more, truly, you know how much cheating went on in that 2020 election? They can't turn it around. Agreed. But man, if you can prove it happens, then we can change how the vote goes down. And that's what they're afraid of. That's what they don't want us auditing. They stopped Sheriff Chad Bianco here in California from auditing as a sheriff, from auditing these ballots because the numbers don't add up. And the Dems are filing suit to stop him from counting those. Why? What are they afraid of? They left a messy trail behind because they thought there was no way they were going to lose. No way anybody would vote for Donald Trump after all that stuff. Right? Just amazing. The House Ethics Committee Monday confirmed it has reviewed 20 matters involving allegations of sexual misconduct by a member of Congress over the last decade. Now, the committee has adapted a more aggressive and robust approach, sure they have, to allegations of sexual misconduct, the committee said in a statement to the press. Since 2017, the committee has initiated investigations in 20 matters involving allegations of sexual misconduct by a member. The committee has also investigated several members for their handling of allegations of sexual misconduct by their senior staff. The House Ethics Committee said it released its findings after a member of Congress engaged in sexual misconduct. A member? Seriously? That's a cover-up in and of itself. God. Whenever the committee found a member to have engaged in or fostered an environment where sexual misconduct took place, the committee released the findings it added. The committee has taken a position that conduct that falls short of legal definitions of sexual harassment or assault under federal or state statutes can still be a violation of the Code of the Official Conduct, which imposes a higher standard on members of the House. Just amazing. Let me see. They have done... So we have Eric Swalwell, Tony Gonzalez, Corey Mills, Matt Gaetz, George Santos, Madison... Yeah, sure. It's all blurry. Cawthorn, right? Michael F.Q. Nichols, Tom Reed, Alcee Hastings, Katie Hill, Ruben Kehune. God, there's a bunch of them on here. Anyway, we'll be back in a little bit. Don't go far. I'm sure Kimberly Morin's throwing up right now. We'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go far.
Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you go to use it, it's not very absorbent? That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. The 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. And right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, and enter promo code USA, or call 800-951-8175. That's MyPillow.com, promo code USA.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you test and inject daily, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. That's 800-471-7065.
Take as little as 3 minutes to see if you could save on motorcycle insurance with Progressive. Come on, you've spent more time than that trying to name your bike.
How about the Crusher? I guess it's not really crushing anything. The Silver Bolt? No. Oh, what about Pepper? Mysterious. Is it a pet or a condiment? Surprise! It's a motorcycle. No, that's stupid.
Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Okay, I'm talking funny because I'm in the witness protection program. I have too much credit card debt and I don't want people to find me.
Okay, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about credit card debt. Right, those plastic things that we all have in our wallet. Are you in your 50s or 60s and you're still carrying around a mound of credit card debt? Wouldn't it be nice to start banking that money and save a little money for retirement down the road? We help people restructure their credit card debt all the time. We show people how they can get out of credit card debt in months, not years. Listen, you'll be carrying around credit card debt for the rest of your life unless you deal with it right now. We offer a free consultation so you can learn how you can finally wipe out your credit card debt and start saving money. Give us a free call right now.
Call Debt Solutions Network now. 866-451-3328. 866-451-3328. That's 866-451-3328. Do you have a story to tell? Bring your story to life with audiobooks. Great stories deserve great storytelling. Audiobook Network provides professional voice actors and full production services for every author's manuscript. From narration, production, and editing to distribution, promotion, and sales, Audiobook Network handles everything. If you have a print book, ebook, or even a manuscript, call Audiobook Network now and get our free audiobook guide. 800-734-1229. 800-734-1229.
Attention! This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
800-362-9337. 800-362-9337. That's 800-362-9337.
You got a love bite on your neck. He's coming back this morning. What's the matter with you? Your life's going down the toilet. Cover up that damn thing. Come on, put some makeup on it. Right.
Okay, we are back at it again. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Look, get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. I really so much appreciate the time that you spend with me here on the air and in the chat room. Let me bring her on. Kimberly Morin joins me. She does pretty much every week. Always appreciate her time with me, her New England perspective, her Boston perspective on things. How we doing?
Good. How about you?
Good. So I do a local morning show here, like, Good Morning, like the city I live in, okay? One of the guests this morning was from Boston. Or said he was from Boston. So just, you know how this goes, right? So he's talking and he said, yeah, being from Boston. And I said, really? Where? And he just kind of looked at me because I don't think he knew really what was coming next, right? Yeah. I said, are you really from Boston? I'm from New Hampshire. And in my head, I'm going, okay, that's not Boston. Stop it.
What was his name?
I'm not going to give it out. I'll tell you later.
Oh, yeah. Tell me after. No, that's just funny. You would never say Boston if you're from New Hampshire, ever.
Right.
Ever.
So,
oh my God.
I think he was just trying to play up who he was or whatever. I don't know, but
that's funny.
I thought it was hilarious because I do that to people when they say they're from Boston. They go, really? Whereabouts? Framingham.
Right.
Framingham is not Boston, okay?
Right. Where are you from in Boston? Oh, Somerville. That's not Boston.
Yeah, I mean it's a whole different breed. So.
Right.
Anyhow.
That's funny. That's what I was expecting you to say. That he said somewhere else in Mass. That's like suburbs of Boston or something.
Yeah. No, I think he didn't want to be perceived as coming from a little podunk town, right? It's like, dude, own it. Get over it.
Right. Who cares?
So, exactly. Right? So, anyhow, but other than that, life is good, I think. So, we got some really crazy stuff happening here in California with the governor's race. All right? So, you would think with Swalwell getting out or being pushed out, that the two Republicans would get stronger, but there's been kind of a massive shift, and some of the I'm trying to look it up now while I'm talking to you, and some of the people that you and I have talked about here on the show several times, they're going to the top. So here it is, after after Swalwell quit, a day or two later, Hilton climbed to 20 points. Okay, 20%. But he dropped 2. He was at 22. He dropped 2 points. Becerra, a real piece of work, he's at 15. He got an 11-point bump.
Wow.
Let that work through your head. Steyer got a 15. He's at 15%. He got +3. Bianco dropped quite a few. He's down at 14 now. Katie Porter, who everybody hates, is at 13. And Villaraigosa, every one of them got like a +1 bump, but they're way down there. And Steyer is trying on the back end. He's trying to drive these people out. The bottom dwellers, yeah. And I believe he's the one, and I've talked to some people who agree with me in politics and think, I think he's the one that's releasing some information to get these people.
I was thinking it was, oh, you mean information on those people?
Yeah, and he's letting it leak. So as they kick out, he's moving up. But Becerra threw him for a loop. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something come forward from Becerra soon.
See, I was blaming Katie. I was thinking it was Katie Porter because she's that kind of person.
Oh, yeah.
She comes off as that kind of person. They're probably working together.
Could be. He might say, look, work with me and I'll give you, I'll push you to be lieutenant governor.
Oh, right.
I'm just saying. I mean, seriously.
He'll try to buy his way into office.
Oh, he's got the money to do it. I mean.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, and here's a guy, $2 billion, right? He's worth a little over $2 billion, and he wants to tax the rich. Now, some people have said to me, well, look, here you got a guy with money, lots of money, who's willing to take the tax hit. He's not going to take no tax hit. He's got the attorneys, he's got the CPAs, he's got the tax people that will walk him out of this with virtually nothing, correct?
Yep, 100%. They can afford those expensive tax attorneys.
Yep. Yeah.
It's the middle class who can't.
Yeah, I heard what's her name? Michelle Rhee or Wee or whatever. What's her name? Wu, out of Boston.
Woo.
Yeah, woo. She you hear what she said?
Oh my God! Do you know?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. You said
No, go
woo
ahead.
woo. Did you know that's a shot?
Woo
A
is
shot.
a what?
A woo woo is a shot at a bar that you drink. Oh my good Lord! I have not heard.
I was unaware.
heard that term.
That wasn't. We called him a shot in my day.
Oh my God! No, it's not.
Oh God. Well, hopefully she'll come back. We'll do the best we can. Yeah, just amazing. So Michelle Wu came out. I'm sure she'll reconnect in a minute. And she was talking about how Somalis.
Sorry, you just made me have a flashback. What thing is she doing now?
It's all right. As long as you don't go with the frizzy hair and the 80s clothes, we're good. We're okay. Anyhow.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm having internet issues.
Yes. It's okay. I have them all the time.
What did Michelle Wu do?
So she came out and gave a speech just before Patriot Day. How nice of her, right? She was like, we have to thank the Somali community because they were an intricate part of, building Boston. And I'm thinking, well, when did that happen? Well, I missed that in class.
Is she living in a fantasy world? Did you know that the majority of immigrants that are on welfare are Somalians?
Yes.
Of all immigrants.
65%.
Yeah. In every country they are in, the majority are on welfare. They're the biggest welfare recipients of all immigrants around the world. Why are they here? They are useless.
Well, they're doing nothing. We have to have compassion, though, Kimberly.
No,
they come
we
of
don't.
a war-torn country, and they shouldn't have to put up with that. And
Who cares? I don't care. Don't care. Yeah, and it was Ilhan Omar's father who was one of the genocidal maniacs causing the problems.
Yep.
I don't.
Just amazing. All right, a lot more going on when we come back. We got a lot to talk about. A 15-year-old now is being charged with bullying, harassment, intimidation, and misgendering. I'll tell you about it when we come back. Joe Messina, your host.
Attention homeowners. It's not if something's going to break, it's when. That's home ownership. If your dryer, your refrigerator, or your AC and heating breaks, that's an expensive call. And who do you call? Make it easy on yourself and call Choice Home Warranty. We've already done the research and have access to 25,000 technicians that can be at your home quickly. We've covered close to 2 million homes in the United States. There's a good chance your neighbors work with us. Call us right now before the next breakdown. We'll tell you everything that's covered in your home and give you the first month free with our ironclad 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now and learn how to get your free month.
800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. That's 800-378-2250.
Limitations and exclusions apply. First month free with purchase of single plan. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for more details.
Life is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. But here's one thing you can control: making sure your loved ones are protected if the unexpected happens. At easyplans.com, we make getting life insurance, well, easy. In just a few minutes, you can apply online and buy direct. No awkward phone calls, no confusing jargon, and no agent will contact you unless you request help. Just clear, affordable coverage, designed to fit your life and your budget. Fast approval, flexible plans, and unlike other online insurance sites, Easy Plans won't sell your information to others. So no endless phone calls and text messages. Whether you're just starting a family, buying a home, or thinking ahead, EasyPlans.com has you covered. EasyPlans.com. We make buying life insurance, well, easy.
America's News Update, I'm John Schaefer. The government shutdown is now in its fourth week, hitting millions of Americans. On Saturday, food assistance funding will run out for more than 40 million people. Flight delays are also rising, with more than 1,000 reported today as air traffic control.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. A mass shooting at a North Carolina park leaves at least 2 people dead.
Police in North Carolina say 2 young people agreed to meet for a fight Monday morning at Lineback Park in Winston-Salem. It escalated into a shooting with multiple gunshot victims. 2 are dead. Police say they have identified numerous people involved, but are still determining whether they are suspects, victims, or witnesses. Lineback Park is near Jefferson Middle School, but the Bureau says it was not involved in the shooting, but was on lockdown until the scene was secure and parents could come and pick up their kids. I'm Julie Walker.
President Trump offered mixed messages on Monday about the path ahead for the U.S. war against Iran, declaring that he was in no rush to end the conflict while also expressing confidence that further negotiations with Tehran will soon take place in Pakistan. A wildfire in Florida has disrupted Amtrak train service in the Sunshine State.
The Florida Forest Service says a 2,700-acre fire is burning along the eastern border of Putnam and Clay counties, south of Jacksonville. Amtrak canceled its auto train service on Monday between Sanford, Florida, and Lorton, Virginia, outside of Washington, D.C. The Silver Meteor route, which runs between Miami and New York, started and ended in Jacksonville on Monday. And the Floridian route, which runs from Miami to Chicago, started and ended in Savannah, Georgia. Both routes have had a trip canceled for Tuesday. I'm Mike Hempen.
On Wall Street, the Dow...
The Chicago way.
Feel the rhythm now. We should be singing together, you and me, all night, holding hands and moving on. We should be singing together.
We are back. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged. Send me an email, joe@joemessina.com. joe@joemessina.com. And I so much appreciate the time you're spending with us here on the air, in the chat room, texting, tweeting, and just really, seriously, get engaged, get informed, then open your mouth. Okay. Kimberly Morin joins me. She does pretty much every week. Always appreciate her time with us, and I love giving her the crazy stories because I know they make her happy. Gives her something to think about.
Right.
You have to admit some of this stuff. Okay, so here's a 15-year-old out of the state of Washington. She refused to play basketball against an 18-year-old male on the other team's basketball team.
Good for
and
her.
They gave her the option several times. All right, you have a choice. You can. She said, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to take the chance. Now she's been brought up on charges because of a state law that she's been charged with bullying, harassment, intimidation, and misgendering him. Okay?
Oh, my God.
This will end up in the Supreme Court also, or to the appellate courts. But just the mere fact that they're going down this road to do this is just amazing, isn't it?
Wow. I mean, she's thinking about her safety, and she's right.
Oh yeah.
Women and girls have gotten hurt playing sports with men pretending to be women. Physically hurt, like damaged for the rest of their lives hurt. That's why we have separated sports.
Well, yes. But again, you have Title IX, which seems to mean absolutely nothing now in case they want it to mean something, but only in certain circumstances. Otherwise, you're supposed to. Now, here's the asinine thing about it. Think about it. When they passed all those Title IX laws right? So that there would be equal access to fields and other stuff for girls and boys. They made the point that there's a difference between the two. There's a physical difference between the two. And now all of a sudden it is, I don't know, has it dissolved? Have they been enlightened? What happened?
To enlighten with BS. It's horrifying that this poor girl has to go through this and her family. They probably have to get a lawyer and everything. I would sue the state because you're right. It might go through the courts there, but it will not pass in the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And I would sue the state for everything.
It's sad it has to go that far, you know.
It's disgusting.
Yep. Now you heard all about the Nick Shirley law that they're trying to pass here in California. They'll end up passing it, but they're trying to pass here in California, right? Did you see that Nick Shirley followed a bunch of them that were on the bill? And when he was asking them about it, they acted like they knew nothing about it.
Of course.
Right? And you're sitting there scratching your head going, my God, are you that delusional? There's your name on the bill. He's called out the bill by number and by name and asked you about it, and you telling him you don't know anything about it, so did somebody forge your name to the bill?
No, they probably just say, yep.
Yep. Totally.
They don't think for themselves. Please.
Nope, they've been giving their talking points, right?
Honestly. Yep. God. Here, you're signing on to this bill. Put your name on it. We're putting your name on this bill. You know, they're just told.
Yes.
And that's what they do. They don't represent the people. They represent their party.
Wow.
And that's Democrats everywhere.
It's becoming crazier and crazier and crazier. And again, they're just towing the party line. Some of them have spoken, you know, without having their face on camera as to what is going on. But I'm saying, if you got enough guts, open your mouth, pull a John Fetterman, and just tell them, you know, what's going on or how you feel. What are they going to do to you? They can't recall you all.
Them out. Yeah. They'll get rid of them out of office, and then they'll be like banished. They don't want to do it. They care more about themselves than they do about the people they're representing, and that's one of the problems.
They want that power so bad that they don't care who they hurt and what they do, huh? Basically.
Yeah, they don't care. Money and power, that's all they care about.
This meeting's going. I don't know if you know this, but this meeting's going on right now to try to invoke the 25th Amendment against Donald Trump. And I'm thinking, and I don't think they're Republicans. I think it's the Democrats doing it. But I'm thinking to myself, again, no word on Joey B. Not one concern.
The guy who really should have been removed from office because he didn't know what the heck was going on, and someone else was destroying this country in his name.
Yep. Yeah. the man that was waving to no one, talking to dead people. Right?
Well, the thing is,
go ahead.
The thing is, this is what people have to remember. We all knew this was going on. The guy didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know anything. He wasn't actually the president. He was just a puppet. He's just a figurehead. But Democrats went along with it. That's really the worst part. Democrats all went along with it. They didn't say anything. They weren't concerned about how much damage Susan Rice and all those lunatics were doing to this country. They just let it happen and supported it. Every single one of them.
Totally agree with you. They're like Borg drones. Once they're given their marching orders or whatever it is they're going to do, that's what they do. End of discussion.
Yep. Exactly.
All right, let me see if I'm trying to find the one that'll really poke you here.
I got to bring one up for you.
Go ahead. No, you got one? Go ahead.
So, did you hear about that man in Shreveport, Louisiana, who killed several of his children?
Yes.
So, your governor,
I know,
comment about it, about NRA or the laws or whatever. So, of course, I had to go look it up. There's been more mass shootings, quote unquote, in California than any other state. So
yes.
I told your clown governor to take a seat.
Yeah.
and this isn't, it's a domestic. It's not a mass shooting according to regular standards. It's horrifying. And it was thanks to Democrat soft on crime policies that this guy was even not out and not in prison, as usual.
Yeah, soft on crime, open border. I mean, I realize that he wasn't illegal, right? I mean, he was here legally.
Right.
Yeah. But all this stuff stirs it up. All this stuff makes it harder and harder for the police to actually do their job. And I'm not so sure that some of these, hardcore sanctuary cities are even letting the police do their jobs anymore. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, they don't care because the Democrats they care about criminals more than they care about their Americans or constituents. That's why they make laws letting criminals out on the street when they should be in prison. They make laws that make it easier for criminals to commit crimes repeatedly.
Yep.
And make it harder for...
Yep.
Right, and they make it harder for citizens to protect themselves from their beloved criminals. That's everywhere. The Democrats are parties like that in every single state. They take over, they're screwing people.
Yep. Yep, I agree with you. It's getting worse and worse. It used to be a small few or a certain few, but now it's like they all go lockstep.
Yep.
With the exception of maybe a handful of people, a handful of legislators. Otherwise, you're done.
Lockstep or you're out.
Yeah.
I've seen it in New Hampshire firsthand. If you don't follow the party line, they will you're banished from the caucus.
Yep. Hey, listen, you talked about him, so I'm gonna finish it off for you. But the new federal data show that San Francisco's fatal drug overdose numbers surpassed every other county in the country but one, Baltimore, also run by Democrats, right? So California's drug problem isn't getting better; it's getting worse. 2 people die every day from drug overdoses just in San Francisco, nowhere else. And the numbers were released by the CDC, who watch over this stuff. So the last 5 years, about 2 people a day died from drug overdoses. Isn't Governor Newsom running around telling everybody how great his state is and how wonderful it is and how free it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I had some guy.
There you go. We had some guy that did something to someone, obviously. But before she faded away, though, I was going to say that San Francisco is facing a 640...
Tell me San Francisco's beautiful.
Oh, it can be. All right, we're going to go for a quick break. Be back in a few minutes, people. Don't go far.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each pure ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, use promo code TREAT at checkout, and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
Right now, you can eliminate odors, mold, mildew, bacteria, and viruses in your home with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm uses oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules that seek out and destroy odors. The Thunderstorm doesn't mask or cover up bad smells, it eliminates them, leaving that fresh, clean smell, just like after a thunderstorm. The Thunderstorm is small, plugs right into the wall, and fits in the palm of your hand. Put one in your basement, bedroom, family room, kitchen, or anywhere you want clean, fresh air. It even includes a USB cord for your car or truck. Right now, save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200, a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code USA3 to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Use USA and the number 3. Shipping is free.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
I've got a unique vacation idea for you that's right here in the United States. If you're ready for a vacation that's fun and downright affordable, listen up. It's driving distance for many of you, so no planes, no airline delays, no hassles. It's Branson, Missouri, the entertainment capital of the Midwest. Live music for everyone. Branson has 3 beautiful, enormous lakes, water attractions, live shows, great food, and tons of entertainment. It's a perfect vacation for you and your family, or if you're retired and you want to have a great time. And you can stay in Branson for as low as $99 a night. Please understand, this is not a timeshare offer. It's a real vacation for as little as $99 a night. We've got a free vacation guide we want to send you right now. All you have to do is call for complete details. Get your free Branson, Missouri guide right now by calling this number.
800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. That's 800-399-4215. You've been working hard, doing the right thing, and paying your taxes, and putting your hard-earned money in the Medicare piggy bank all your life. And now it's time to break the piggy bank and get something back. Medicare. If you didn't know it, Medicare is health insurance for people over 65, and you paid for it with your tax dollars. Medicare plans now have more benefits than ever. That's good news, especially if you're like me and looking forward to paying as little as possible for good health insurance. Call and find out what Medicare plan is best for you. Save your time. It's valuable. We've already done the research for you. And in one quick phone call, you can learn how to get the best Medicare plan designed exactly for you. Hey, it's one of the most important decisions in your life. Let us help you through it. Here's our number. Call 65 Plus Medicare now. 800-778-8214. 800-778-8214. That's 800-778-8214.
It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder.
Do you know this man? Go ahead. Make my day.
We are back at it again. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged. Be part of the solution. Always appreciate the time you spend with me. And, you know, truly be part of the solution, which means you got to engage. You got to know what's going on. You got to pay attention. All the stuff we hate to do. You know what I'm saying? But you got to do it. It's worth it. It's worth it to try to save at least part of the country. Wouldn't it be great to get all the lefties and move them to California and just let them have it? You know, we just dig up along the California border and just let them have all of that. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Kimberly Morin joins me. She does pretty much every week. I always love it when she's with us. Get a kind of a New England perspective of what's going on in politics and Kimberly, how we doing?
Good. How about you?
Good, good. I guess I'm not amazed, but I mean, what is this with the guy with the with the German cross on his chest, and Maine is loving this guy?
Dude, he's.
Go
I
ahead.
can't. I can't. He's a Democrat. What do you expect? Democrats are the true Nazis, and they always will be. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Nothing. There's nothing I can say to understand what the hell is wrong with people in Maine. Really,
Yeah,
nothing.
they were always very simple. I mean, okay, maybe it was 100 years ago, but simple, commonsensical people. And
They used to be, and the people that live in the rural areas, which there are still out there, they are, but it's been overtaken by leftists in the cities.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh my God. Somebody in the chat room just sent me this. You're sick. So Trump was right. This is a story that just hit the news earlier. It said Trump was right again. Locals are horrified as a Nigerian immigrant kills and cooks a cat next to a playground.
Oh my God.
You're right. He's been saying this forever, and people were making fun of him. They mocked him.
Yep.
You know, the media claims it never happens. Didn't happen. It never happens. But a news source came out and yeah, oh my God. I just can't even imagine. Oh, and he's right there near the slides. So the kids coming down the slides can see him cooking a cat.
Wow.
Wow. Wow is right.
We cannot be. It's too late thanks to Democrats. We're shipping the third world here. They cannot assimilate. They cannot be a part of this country. We can't have it. I don't care where they're from. If they're from the third world, get out. Do not allow. You're supposed to have immigrants come here who are going to make the country better, not worse. Especially not worse for Americans and naturalized citizens.
Yeah, it's amazing, and these
We're
people
so screwed.
the Dems, but ultimately, what do they think is going to happen? Do they really think that these people are going to leave them alone forever?
No.
I mean, are they that dull?
Democrats think they're going to just end up. These people will vote for them, and they'll end up being in power.
Forever.
They don't realize that the Islamists they're in love with, they're going to take them out once they get to where they have the power. Just like they did in Iran, just like they did in Egypt, everywhere where leftists helped Islamists, they were the first ones to go.
Yep. So, you look at this stuff and it's just, they're so power hungry. They're actually, I'm not even sure that's it, Kimberly, really. When I read some of the older history books about the Democrats and the left, and I'm not talking about older, like 70s, I'm talking about stuff that was written in the early 1900s, late 1800s. There's always been a hate, a despising of this country that they've always seemed to have. It's almost like it's in the DNA. Back in the days of right after the Civil War, some of the history books were talking about some of the comments made. They were known as the what was it? The party of drunkards and scoundrels. And it's not a right wing history book. This was from the day and some of the publications that took place. So they had a reputation back then too. God. Anyway. All right.
Well, it's bar bill for flights, just for flights.
God. All right. Let's see. You've been following the Brennan thing, right? All the stuff now that's coming out about Brennan and those guys and what they did.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right. And I don't know if it was sloppy work. Was it the cockiness thinking that they would have, they would get the office, with Hillary or Harris or whoever, but all those papers and emails left behind that point fingers to Obama and Biden and the rest of them. And the only other thing I can think of is that they put enough judges in place where they know they're never going to get nailed for this stuff, right?
Probably. That's probably the right option there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me seriously though, how many corrupt people over say 10 years, just 10 years, how many of them have actually gone to prison for their corruption? Can we name any?
Oh, I can't.
I can't either.
No.
This is what gets regular people so angry, and this is why a lot of regular people don't vote, because we have a two-tiered justice system. And I say this all the time. It's a two-tiered justice system, and we get the short end of the stick, and we pay for these other idiots who are breaking laws and corrupt. They're doing it with our money and our lives, really.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. And, I can't even... Look, it's hard for me to push anymore for the, just push for them to get Republicans in. Because they're not doing it either. Johnson's not doing what he needed. Thune was a massively bad choice.
Right?
Yeah. He's not going to bring anything forward that's going to push any of Trump's agenda. He doesn't like it all. Like status quo, nice and quiet, leave us alone, let things go.
Right. Which is a huge mistake.
Oh, big time. Big time.
It's almost like they want to lose the midterms.
Well, a friend of mine said, been in politics for years. He goes, Joe, listen, when you're the underdog, you don't have to do anything but complain. You don't have to get anything done.
Exactly.
They've been the underdog for so long, they actually like that position because they don't like to be blamed for anything.
Right. Because then they have to actually do the hard work of getting people to do what they need to do.
Push the stuff through, right, and get it done.
Yep.
Yeah, it always amazing to me, but that's the rank and file. I'm gonna, I blame most of this. You already know this. I do it with you all the time, but I blame most of this on education.
Oh, 100%.
There's no reason for this, and you got these kids. They have no clue on government, how it operates, the power that they have.
Nope. They have absolutely no clue about anything. And they just... They believe whatever they're told. They don't bother researching to verify anything. And they look like complete fools to people who know. And it's not just kids. It's adults, too. Grown adults. Because if you're a Democrat still at this point, there's something really wrong with you. I'm sorry, there just is.
Well, I'm going to go a little further and say, as many pastors have now said, how can you be part of the Democrat Party and call yourself a Christian?
Right.
And most of them will say, I'm not saying you have to be a Republican. I'm just trying to understand how you can be part of that party that believes in partial birth abortion and so many things that are 180 degrees from God's word. It blows their minds. It blows my mind too. And it's funny. Somebody said, "Well, Joe Biden was against abortion, but he wouldn't push it on people." I said, "No. Here's the thing. Joe might have said he was against abortion because of his religious viewpoint, and he wasn't going to push it on anybody. However, he wasn't pushing it. He was making it easy, encouraging people to do so, and paying their bills to do so. I'm sorry." Hello?
Yep, exactly.
So.
Yep.
I don't. All right.
They have no principles or integrity.
Well, they don't need them. Nope. Look at what's going on around us. They don't need it. They're taking trips to Europe to speak to these groups about how bad Trump is. Tom Steyer sitting there talking about how he's going to stop Trump from doing this. He's going to stop Trump from doing that. He's going to arrest ICE agents. Like, okay. When are you going to talk about?
No, you're not stupid.
Yeah, well, no, let them try.
Right.
Matter of fact, I guarantee you that the police departments will not go against ICE. Guarantee it.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's not even talking about what he's going to do to try to make California not a cesspool.
Oh, he hasn't said a word about pretty much about any of the problems, other than he's an eco freak. We have to get back on track to save the ecosystem. Like, stop it. Just stop it. God.
Oh my God.
All right. Where can people find you?
GretaCroc.com and Conservative IND.
All right. Hey, all right, people. We'll be back in a little bit. Don't go far along. We're coming up with Alfonso Rachel when we return.